Hello, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to Ongaku to You, the podcast where three friends come together and break down what's new in the Japanese music industry. This is the podcast for the week of November 21st. I'm your host, Ken, and with me we have Luna.
Hello, everyone.
And once again, it's another Dos Compadres episode, but not for long. We'll have Gray back fairly shortly within the next couple days. Isn't that right, Luna?
Yes, we will. It'll be an exciting episode. I'm excited.
It is. I'm so excited to do that episode. But yeah, first, how have you been?
Could be better. I'm just excited to be on here and been listening to a lot of music because that's what gets me through the hard times. So, just excited to be here. That's it. So, nothing really exciting here. Just had some depressing things going on this week. So, this kind of lightens up my week. How about you, Ken?
I've been okay. Work is getting at it. I'm taking phone calls now, so that's a whole bunch of fun.
Ooh, those are always exciting because that's a big part of my job.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a big part of my job pretty soon, because taking all the responsibilities from the phone calls is a big part of what makes my job a little bit more difficult.
Yes, I understand that because I have the same issue with mine. So, hang in there.
Thanks. But let's move on to what we've been listening to. What have you been listening to, Luna?
Oh boy, I have a list. So, I've been listening to a lot of Ayumi Hamasaki as it is her 20th anniversary this year. So, I've really gone back and listening to such a variety of her songs. I mean, from her early music to her latest music, there's a huge showcase in her talent and how her music has changed over the years. So I've been enjoying that. Also, I went back and was listening to more Kodakumi. So I was listening to DNA, and now I'm on Walk of My Life. Probably gonna do Bon Voyage next. Also, I was listening to some Chanmina, some Kira, also Scandal, some Kato Milia. I was watching her concert. It was her 10th anniversary A Muse tour from 2015. And it was a beautiful, very well done tour. And I was singing all her songs because I forgot how many of these songs I loved. And it's been a little while since I've listened to her. Also was listening to some Bonnie Pink, Necrotaki, because I am super excited about their new album coming out. I never can say their name, but it's Cicada. Did I say that
Oh,
correctly?
Cicada.
Cicada. I want to say the C. Cicada. I was listening to them. Ken was. I know you're a big fan of them, Ken, and I started listening to them as well. They have a new mini album coming out, so I was watching a lot of their videos on YouTube. So yeah, it's been a lot of random stuff this week. So I have been overwhelmed with the music. How about you, Ken? What have you been listening to?
Yeah, I've been listening to Cicada also because of their mini album. It just dropped on Apple Music, so if you guys are an Apple Music subscriber, I believe it's also on Spotify. Not 100% sure about that, but I'm pretty sure it is. It's really good. The first song is really good. There's only one gripe I have with that first song, but besides that minor gripe, it's a really solid song. The second song is amazing. If you guys have the chance to listen to the mini album, go right ahead. And it's funny because on our Twitter, the lead singer reached out to us and said thank you for your guys' support and the follow. And unfortunately, she offered us a ticket to one of the live events, which was the release party for this. And because we're not based in Japan right now, we're not able to go, unfortunately.
I really, really wish if we could go. If only I had the vacation to fly over there. But I think getting a plane ticket at this point would be a little out of my price range, too. And I have the feeling same with you.
Yeah. But it's funny because the release party wasn't only gonna have them. It was also gonna have Shomar
Oh wow.
and Ely, two of our indie
Wow.
corner people also.
Uh, uh,
And thinking more about it, those two artists actually fit their style fairly well.
I can see that. That would be a really good one to see too. So anyone who's based in Japan, if you can get a ticket, that would be amazing.
Yeah, so it's really good. I can't give enough praises for it, and it's so unfortunate that we aren't able to go, but it is what it is as of right now. Besides that, I've been listening to also Ayumi, mostly to gear up for another side project that we'll be announcing for the future, so don't worry about that. And I also was listening to the Uworld single again because I've been just so in love with it. The Good and Evil and Eden A single that was on the charts last week, and I just fell more and more in love with it. There's not much praises I can give that. Besides that, I went back to Enfla also, Pieces of Me, and a couple of their older songs also, so it wasn't too bad. And with that, let's go continue on to the news. It's kind of a short week from where we last record, so please excuse us if we don't have that much news, but we will make that up with you with another episode within the next couple of days. But yeah, first and foremost, Razor Sullen announces their first single. Now, if you guys don't know, Razor Sullen is part of the Bang Dream project from Bushi Road. And they're kind of fairly interesting because they are the instrumental band for all the other bands for the seiyus that can't play their instruments. Because with Bang Dream, they have 5 bands, and all these, out of those 5 bands, only 2 of them can actually play music live. So they hired, I guess, or made this other band. Originally, they were called The Third because they were the third band being made, but now they're called Razor Sullen. And they learn all the other bands' tracks and songs. So it's pretty cool, honestly. And now that they are a full-fledged band, they will be releasing their first single called Riot on December 12th. Riot will release with 4 tracks total and include a special edition Blu-ray that will have their first live included in it. I'm actually really excited for this because I'm a huge fan of Razor Sullen. The guitarist is really good, and the bass singer is actually the vocalist for this song or for this band.
And I listened to Riot, and it was really, really good. And I've never heard anything from them until Riot. And I really, really liked it, and I'm looking forward to this first single. I love to hear. I can't wait to hear the B side.
Yeah, the B-sides, it's called Unstoppable, and it's really, really good. I suffice you guys go look it up. It's on YouTube. They have like a 30-second clip of both songs, right, and Unstoppable. But it's really good. And with that, I can actually talk about what our next project is going to be. It is going to be our second part of our anime special, which is the ending theme songs. So I can't wait to do it.
Oh, I'm excited, and I might have to trim my list, but I decided, instead of trimming it, I decided to do an honorable mention section because I always have more than I'm supposed to, but I feel like I had more openings I loved more than endings. But there are some endings that are just so memorable that I just was like, automatically, I knew what they were without even having to look up the show or anything. I'm like, has to be that one. So I'm so excited about this episode and seeing what both you and Gray pick. I love seeing what everyone else picks. Just because we have somewhat similar taste, but we also have different ones, and we've all seen so many different shows. So that's also my excitement, is checking out ones that I might not have heard yet.
What's really funny is while I was doing the endings, I was like shooting myself in the foot because I was like, oh man, I forgot that this anime had a really good opening song, and since I wasn't able to talk more about the openings because I wasn't on that episode that time, I wasn't able to do such honorable mentions. But it was a blast to do it nonetheless. And I kind of cheated once again with one of the songs, but you guys will hear what my go round was for this cheat, so to speak.
And I'm curious what, when we get to the song you pick for ending, I'm curious what that opening was that you forgot about, because that'll be really interesting to hear.
Yeah, like unfortunately, some of the songs that have amazing openings don't have the really good endings.
Yep, I do agree with that, because there's some that I'm like, oh my god, the opening was so good for that show. What was the ending again? Um, and there's some that had equal, like it had just an amazing set list of songs, and I don't want to mention the anime because then it'll give away what some of our ending themes will be based off of. But there's at least two or three shows that had amazing like opening and endings. So I cannot wait. I am so ecstatic to do this, and I hope you guys enjoyed the opening one and enjoy the ending one equally as much. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes, it will. And this will be the first podcast that we have all three of us actually for a long time, at least within the past couple months. So I'm looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm. Me too. I'm looking forward to having both you and Gray on there to get, all us all together again will be a lot of fun. So, especially discussing, a lot of the songs we love, and we all probably have our own stories behind them too, which is
But
exciting.
yeah, let's move on to one more piece of news that I kind of wanted to talk about. If you guys haven't noticed on our site, we have a new writer. So his name is Rentford, and he is another mutual friend of mine. And he goes balls to the wall, so to speak, with his articles compared to ours. So it's pretty interesting. Go check his articles out if you guys have a chance. It's a much more detailed oriented article. So please, if you guys haven't been already, visit our site and go check it out. But yeah, with that, I guess let's move on to Oricon, because this will probably be just a little stepgap to our anime ending episode, because that'll probably run forever.
Mm-hmm.
So let's move on to the Oricon. And the Oricon was actually really, really good this week, and I was quite surprised about that.
I was too. I was excited.
So first and foremost, let's start off with number 10. It is Azure by Trisail. This was okay. It's
It
used for an ending for an anime, which
it
is
was
ironic.
it was the anime is part of the Monogatari series. I think this was for one of the Owari Monogataris, the newest one. I have not kept up with that series, but it does have really good music. I like the song though, and I wish if they had a little bit of a longer version.
Yeah, these they're fairly interesting. They're in a similar vein of like Bang Dream or like any other of the Love Live series, where they're a Seiyu idol girls unit, so to speak. And this is their second single. No, this is their third or fourth single, I believe. And it was alright. I liked it. I wish I had a much more longer cut than I did, though.
Same.
That's the only thing I will say about that. But Azuro sold a lovely 10,936 copies. And going on up to number 9, it is Anata to. Oh my goodness, katakana. Turaku Toratata?
Toratata.
Toratata. And it has a music
Toratata.
note at the end, so I guess that's how you say it.
Yeah, anata to toratata.
And the way I dream. By dreams come true. And it's been a while since I've seen dreams come true on an Oricon chart. I don't think we have yet for this
We
year.
have not. We have not for this year, and I was surprised to see them on there. I was excited, but I was also surprised. Just because they've been around for a long time, and I feel like I haven't seen them on the Oricon chart in a while.
Well, this will explain why, because this is their first single in 4.5 years.
Yep, makes sense then.
As we haven't seen them in a long time since their song Again, which was released back in August of 2000 or in March of
Wow.
2014. So this is used for an NHK drama, I
I think
believe.
so.
And this was really good. It's a very calming song.
It is. It's okay. Um, I don't know. I mean, like I love Dreams Come True, but I wasn't like super impressed with this one. The little bit I heard of, the way I dream though, I liked better than Anata to Toratata.
Yeah, the B side was actually really good for this, or the double A side anyway.
Yeah, I really like the way I dream a lot. I just wish if there was a lot more to it because we didn't get that much of a clip, so I feel like it was really hard to judge the single too without hearing the full songs.
Exactly. But Anatato Toratata and The Way I Dream sold a lovely 12,053 copies. Going on up is Wagamama Girls World, Girls
Gr-
Road,
Road.
sorry, R and W by Supergirls. I guess Superstar Girls, if you guys want to be technical there.
So I didn't think I'd like this by looking at the cover. I saw the cover, I'm just like, oh geez, not another one of those.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed the song a lot more than I thought I would. The cover completely threw me off. The song actually wasn't too bad. I do feel like it was your typical idol, though, but I thought the girls had decent voices and it was fun.
There was two of them that has really good vocals. I believe it was the red one and the green one.
And that's what stood out to me in this song was those two girls' vocals. I do feel like, it was a little typical, but I liked that they at least had two members who really did stand out to me.
And if you guys don't know, Supergirls is an Avex idol group or part of Avex's sub label, which is called Idol Street. And you know, I get on these artists' cases about having like the typical stereotypical idol groups, but really depends on, I guess, your label and how they decide what kind of songs they want to do. Because it's so interesting, because I thought I would hate this song, like legitly thought I would hate this song, but I guess it's because how Avex does things and how Avex composed this song. It was all right. I mean, I'll probably forget it next week or by the time we do the anime ending episode, but
Yeah,
it was all right.
it was. I mean, it was better than some of what I thought it would be looking at the cover.
Oh
The
yeah,
cover makes it just look like it's not going to be. It's just going to be these really cute girls who can't sing, just dancing around. No offense, that's what the cover makes me look like. But when you actually hear them, they have decent voices. I probably will, like you. I'm sure I'll forget this by next week. But I will say those two girls at the time really stood out, and I would like to see more from them and to see if they can put something out that stands out a little bit more than this.
exactly. I mean, when we get to a little bit further up on the Oricon, then you'll see my stance of like what transcends typical idol for a bit. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Supergirls sold a lovely 16,056 copies. Going on up to number 7, it is Sasame Yuki by Wagaki Band.
This was my favorite of the week. I'm going to say it right now. This is my number one. Although one further up is a very, very good contender, but I love this song so much.
Yeah, this was a really good song, and we've been fans of Wagaki Band every single time they appeared on the Oricon. We've at least talked about how much we really did like them.
And I think what the reason they stand out is the lead singer has a really good. She has a very great vocal range, and I love their combination of like traditional Japanese music
Oh yeah.
with their style, and it fits so well with everything they do. It you would think not all traditional fits with some of the modern music. They make it work, and they make it work in a way that stands out and just sounds amazing.
Yeah.
And the music video for this was really good. I really like the music video is very beautiful. You get to see the different Japanese musical instruments in it too. So that kind of got me excited. Made me want to learn to play the koto again. I really want to buy a koto.
Or a sashimi or things like that, or pick up a
Mhm.
taiko drum.
I really really want to buy a koto, but one trying to get one over here would be hard and they're really huge, so I don't know where I'd put it. But that's one of my favorite Japanese instruments. But this song, I cannot give this song enough praise. I'm probably gonna go buy the single off CD Japan now.
Yeah, I'm like legit thinking about going on Amazon and buying it right now. It's really good. I highly suffice you guys go and get it. It's a really good band, and it's a really great song. And we've been talking about them all year, ever so often. I believe this is their fourth time on the Oricon. We talked about their album beginning of the year, if I'm remembering correctly.
I think we did too. I actually want to pick up their releases. Every time I say that, I don't, but I think this time I might actually make a big order of Wagaki Band releases.
Yeah, Kill actually really likes them too, if I'm remembering correctly.
I I think Kyo does as well.
So he will be fairly happy if he got those at his doorstep.
That's true. And if I did do that, Kyo could just put them on his computer so he has them, and then I get my physical copy. So I'll know I love my physical copies because I like to touch them and open them and look at the pretty pictures.
But yeah, Sasame Yuki sold a lovely 16,213 copies. And going on up, I don't I don't know. Do you want to link them both together?
I would say yes, just because it would be easier to talk about it and discuss our favorite of the two. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. So let's do this. Number 6 and number 5, they're both the same song, but they're done by two different, I guess, versions of the group
Like units, kind of.
units. Yeah. The song is called "Against the Pain," and it's done by Bish first and Bish second. This isn't the first time we're doing this, so it's interesting. This is, I believe, the second or third time they appeared.
Yes. Yeah, it is because they've done this before. I feel like a couple months ago they did this too.
Yeah, so we had the same thing where we had to choose one or the other.
And I think we both chose the same one. I'm pretty sure we did. We both liked the same one.
So that was the first. Bish the first.
Yes, and this was the first one I watched of the two, and I loved this one. I love Bish the first. I not only did the music video was amazing, I loved this version better by the vocals. I guess I I don't know if that makes sense. There's just something about this one that stood out way more than Bish the second to me.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it just the first stood out just a little bit more.
I'd say mine was the music video. I liked the music video a lot for Bish the First. I felt like it actually went with the song and fit better than Bish the Second did. Bish the Second, the music video was really, really weird. It looked like something out of a freaking sci-fi horror movie. While Bish the First was a lot more normal and felt more like it, felt more with the song.
Yeah, it was a little bit more of a calming thing that I
Mm-hmm.
liked from the first compared to the second, which was really just chaotic.
Yes. That's a better way to describe it. The first was the video was way more soothing. The second one, it was a hot mess going on. It was a little weird and confusing. But I also like the tone of the vocals too in the first better.
Yeah, and I think that's the second aesthetic between the first and the second, because I remember we did this thing with the first single that they did when they were on the charts, where the second was just balls to the wall, just crazy off the walls kind of things. Because I think there's one they were like covered in paint or something like that,
Yep.
if I'm remembering from their latest release.
Yes.
So, oh yeah, it was "Don't Miss It, Don't Miss It." This, which is interesting. This is their second single from the both of them.
Mm-hmm. And seeing them both land on the charts, like one after the other, is amazing.
And I think the crowd actually likes the second better than the first because the second sold better than the first the last time also.
Mm-hmm. It sold 2,000 copies more. And I noticed that I'm thinking a lot of the people, though, who probably bought Bish the first, probably also bought the second. Because if they have different versions of it, if you're a huge fan of them, you're going to want both. But I could see that difference in there is people who definitely wanted one more than the other. Like, if I can only afford to buy one, I'm buying this one because I like this better.
Yeah, definitely. So, with that, let's continue on. Six was Bish the First, and that sold a lovely 24,049 copies, while you have Bish the Second's version of Against the Pain for 26,704 copies. So altogether, they sold 50,000, which is pretty impressive, come to think of it.
Mm-hmm. It is, because you think about that combined, it's over 50,000 if they would have put them on the same line. So they did very, very well.
But yeah, continuing on up to number four, it is Omoi no Prisoner slash Your Song by Goulet. And oh my goodness, it's been a while for Goulet.
Mm-hmm. I remember Glay from the 90s. The late 90s, like a lot of their early stuff.
So it's very interesting to see them on the chart. I think this is the first time we've saw them on the chart this year because I have
Yes.
no recollection of seeing them beforehand.
Me neither. That I'm really excited to see him come back though and release a new single.
Okay, yeah, it's been about a year since their last single, so that will explain why we didn't see them.
Mm-hmm. And I will say they still got it because Amoino Prisoner was really good, and so was your song. Like I really enjoyed both these.
Yeah, Omoi no Prisoner was a great song. If you guys have the chance, go and listen to it. If you like Glaze style, it is so good. It is so good.
Mm-hmm.
It just took me back listening to their songs like back in like that transition between their 90s songs and their early 2000 songs. It's like right in the middle
Yep.
of that, I believe.
And that's what it reminded me of. And when I was listening to it, I'm like, oh man, this takes me back. I just had, those memories of back then. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I miss them. I need to get some of their old stuff now.
But yeah, it sold a lovely 28,130 copies. Going on up is Hanashi ga Shitai yo Shiriosu
Shiriosu.
and and Specca by Bump of Chicken, a triple A side.
So I really liked Hanaga Shitayo. I really, really loved that song. I did not care as much for the other two though.
Yeah, it's interesting with Bump of Chicken because this is their first single in like a while. Also, it's like
Mm-hmm.
3 years, I
I
think.
was thinking that because I haven't heard from Bump of Chicken in a while. And I mean, in a couple years. So I kind of forgot about them until I saw them on the charts. I'm like, this is going to be an interesting week. So, but I mean, Hanaga Shidayo is really, really good. As soon as I heard that, I'm like, oh, I love this. The other two, though, I felt there was something missing, from that first song. It just felt like something was just missing out of those two others.
Yeah, I don't know what it is either. And what's funny is Hanashi ga Shitayo is used for a movie, I believe, and the other two songs are used for another anime. They're the ending and opening for that anime, to be precise. Fairly interesting, and maybe that's what that lack of soul was. It's because it was for this anime.
Mm-hmm.
It could be that,
It could be.
because I guess they tried to fit the theme of what that anime was about.
That's true. That's true. I can see that, and I kind of feel like the Shiriosu and Spica should have just been B and C sides and not a triple A side. Just because I don't feel like those songs were powerful enough to have be on the title single. But that's just how I see
Oh
it.
yeah.
I mean,
No, I agree with you totally about that.
so, but it makes sense if they are used for something really big that they want them on that single just to help it sell as well because some people might recognize some of the other songs. So,
But yeah, that sold a lovely 57,795 copies. Going on up to number 2, it is Over the Storm by Milk.
so, so we're gonna disagree on this one. I already know this. I didn't like it.
Eh, like for me, I thought it was okay. And that's coming from a person that just was like alright with their songs. I think I like their previous song much more than this song. What was
That
it
was the one
called?
with the really weird video, and he had the big glasses. The one guy had the really big glasses, and it was really cutesy looking video.
Yeah, I believe
I
so.
can't remember the title, but I that one I was like half and half on. I liked the video, but I didn't care for the song. This one, I don't know if I just don't care for this type of style, like this type of group. To me, I already forgot it. This one, I remembered the other one, their last single, I remembered more than this one. It was more memorable.
And it's funny because with this band or this group, I guess we should call them, they originally were like 4 or 5 members, and then they added on like 2 other people. So it's kind of weird that they're still in that transition of what they want to be, also.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, who knows? It could be just that this is their transition song before they blow up, so to speak. But I mean, it was alright. I'm not in love with it, so to
Mm-hmm.
speak. I'm gonna forget about it by year's end, probably, or next week even. But I'm not gonna be singing till the cows come home about this song, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Over the Storm sold a lovely 62,165 copies. And going on up, it is number 1. Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Kairi Michi wa Sun Sunkairi Shitaku ni Naru. I believe I butchered that, but whatever. By Nogizaka 46. And by God, this song.
It was amazing. This was my almost tie for number one this week because I had trouble choosing between Wagaki Band and Nozaki 46 because this was an amazing song. And I really loved the video too.
Definitely.
So it was really good all around, and I highly recommend watching the video.
Watch the video. This is, I believe we reported on it, Nishino Nanase's. This is her graduation song.
Mm-hmm.
And she was the center for the song. And I guess that was a lot of power of what she wanted to convey, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And I think she really did convey it because it was an amazing song and it did not disappoint. It actually exceeded my expectations because I didn't watch it when it came out last week. I should have. I didn't. And as I watched it today, I'm like, "Oh my god, this is amazing. This is just very very powerful."
Yeah, and it's the words can't come out of my mouth.
Mhm.
That's how good it is. It took me by surprise. Like honestly, I was gonna write this song off because Sachiko de Iko was so bad, was so typical that I was gonna write this song off.
Yeah, I didn't care for Sachide Iko at all. And this one though it surprised me and I loved every minute of it.
I would think this is better than Synchronicity, also.
I think so too, although I really like Synchronicity. But this one was really, really good. Just the music, the message, the power that it conveyed. There was just so much in this song that, made me very happy.
Yeah, so I mean, it could be just honeymoon effect of the song because I really ended up really liking it. I have to give it a couple more listens before I can actually make a judgment.
Hmm.
But if it's snap judgment right here and there, this is the best song that they put out this year.
Yeah, I'll have to listen to it a few more times before I make my decision because I love Synchronicity.
And snap judgment again. To compare the songs, out of everything that AKB, the 48 family, and 46 family, probably this and Glass of Water is tied.
That I agree with, although I want to throw in Mushiki Naito because I love that song and that's my favorite of this year.
Mm.
That's still staying my favorite of
Mm.
this year. Nothing's going to beat that.
Yeah, Mushiki no Yura is a really good song. But like I said, it's just a snap judgment on my part. Maybe by the end of the year, that could change. It could be second or could be third. But as of right now, it's tied.
And
It's tied for me.
I think it's better than anything that AKB48 did this year.
Oh,
And this is
definitely.
like
Any of
20
the
times
songs that,
better.
yeah, it's better than Teacher Teacher. It's better than Seminole Train. It's definitely better than Jambaja.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting what Akimoto is doing with this group particularly. I don't. The 46 is such a big contender now to AKB and the 48 family. It's not even funny
Mm-hmm. I agree.
because we'll definitely sing this song again for the next 2 weeks. I guarantee you that.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I wouldn't be. I could see this being, number two or three next week. If it's not number one. Depends who it's up against.
I think right now it's Toho Shinki. Oh, sorry, Toho and or Shinki. That's not Toho Shinki on the boards right now.
Yeah, well, okay, let's just say this song, Nogizaka, is probably going to be two or three because judging by its Tohoshinki and how much they've already been selling,
Mm.
that's going to be number one. But I can see this one still being up there in the charts, very high.
Yeah, I, it's such a good song. I have no
Mm-hmm.
idea. It just came out of nowhere. It did the Randy Orton thing.
Yeah. Oh, if any of you guys get that, you'll know why I'm laughing.
Just out of nowhere. This song is
Yep.
so good. It has no right to be this good. Judging on the past two or three songs that we got from Nogizaka, it has no right being this good.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
But if you look at the sales for this, I feel for any band that went up against or any artist that went up against Nogizaka because it wiped the board.
Oh, it more than wiped it. It probably sold more than everything combined in the charts again.
And this is even more so than BTS last week.
Oh yeah, this like smashed everything.
It sold 1,062,615 copies.
It annihilated.
It annihilated anything that came out this week. Case
Yep,
in
even
point,
album wise.
Case in point, BTS only sold, what was it, 600,000? We forgot to report on that because we went on our little K-pop conversation.
Um,
I
let
believe it
me see.
was 60,000.
I think it sold
600,000.
more than that. Hold on. Fake Love sold. Hold on. Why isn't it popping up for last week?
They erased those charts. They erased it.
Gosh, diddly darn it. I thought it sold 400,000.
Probably, yeah, like right around there.
I thought it sold between 4 and 600,000.
It's one of those. It's one of those. But yeah, let's peer over to the album side because it is. We just feel for anyone that kind of goes out
Yeah. Oh,
against these
yep.
bands right now. Anime first and foremost.
Yeah, and it sold. That one actually sold decent for an anime album. Anime album.
Golden Posh by the Bullet Train group, which is really good.
Twice again.
Twice again.
Bohemian Rhapsody soundtrack again.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, the Bohemian Rhapsody. That I have a bad feeling that's what's gonna be this flavor of the next couple months for Greatest Showman. Because remember, Greatest Showman was
Yep.
on the albums for how many freaking months?
Yeah, and it always would pop back up.
Yeah,
It'd be off for a week and then it'd come back.
yeah. Like I don't know what Hugh Jackman did for the Japanese audience, but it was just really good. They have the Tokuden Danshi group again, that weird samurai thing that's gonna headline
Mm-hmm.
along with Love Live for the Kohakus. I mean, once again, that's so weird.
Mm-hmm.
We got Tsubaki Fairies, well, which is interesting. We like their first single, or the single that they appeared on with the Oricon, which was
Mm-hmm.
really good. So this is their first album actually. So
And it did decent, but I mean, it was going up against a lot of hard, like, big singles, though, too.
we also got A3 again, which appeared last week.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we got Ayaka's newest album appeared on her 30 years old, which my copy should be coming in December because I ordered it with a few other things. So I'm actually excited about that because I love Ayaka and I'm curious to see how her newest album is. So, but yeah, I already know it's going to be number one next week. Can you guess for albums? I already know it's going to be number one. I'm really excited, actually. You probably have a good idea why I'm excited. I'm just curious how much it's end up going to sell.
I wonder if it's gonna do the thing again, because the first release of the album, it did super well, and it was like she achieved something that wasn't possible at that time.
I'm curious how it'll do on this because I've been kind of keeping an eye on the charts because I've been super excited for this release, to be honest. So, and I already know she's going to be number one in the album side. I'm just wondering which edition's going to be number one. I mean, they're neck and neck right now.
They're neck and neck. If you look at the daily charts, it's neck and neck as of right now.
Yep, yep. It's only 400 copies between. I have both editions ordered. They actually already shipped, so hopefully they'll be here Friday. And I will do an unboxing of those because it is Nishino Kana and I love her. I already have all her. I have every release by her, almost every release. I'm missing 2 of her first singles, and that's it. But I'm excited about these, and I already know she's gonna top for album wise next week. And I'm betting Toho Shinki is gonna be number one for singles. Just looking at the dailies for both of these, I'm gonna have that as my little bet.
As the sure thing. Yeah, it seems like that. That's kind of.
I mean, just and I'm not trying to spoil it for people, but although I mean, you never know. Nogizaka could end up coming and topping it. Who knows?
Which this is funny because so we're recording right now on the 21st. That is day 1 of the Oricon of the weekly
Yep.
sales.
So we get to say what they sell.
As of right now, Toho and or Shinki only is selling 63,000. Nogizaka could probably come back. It Toho Shinki can probably only just stay that way the entire time they're there, and that the first day sales was the initial push, so to
Mm-hmm.
speak. But who knows? I'm thinking that it'll probably sell close to double this right now, so 112.
I'm thinking the same. Just because whenever they end up on the charts, they end up selling over 100,000.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of curious what kind of sales are gonna be. For album wise, that's my real curiosity. There is because I felt like lately albums haven't been selling as much,
Mm.
and I can't remember if there were new songs included on these albums. And I feel like that was a push of why I bought her previous Love collection is because there were two new songs in one album, three new songs in the other. So I bought both editions because I wanted those new songs. I don't remember about this one. This one, I have every Kanye on release. I'm gonna buy it no matter what. Just saying. But I'm curious how her sales are going to do and if she's gonna break another record. So,
It would be interesting. I think the record. I'm trying to like think what the she initially broke it because I think it was the first and second single. Yeah, it was the first. She was the first artist to do one and two in like several years, I believe.
I can easily see that because not too many artists release separate collections like that. So, I'm curious to see how next week will be too. I feel like this week has kind of inspired me to look forward to next week as well because there's some great things coming out and is going to be charting. I feel like this year has been very good in general.
Yeah, so I have no idea what what he'll do because I'm pretty sure it'll sell fairly well. It'll sell very very well.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking maybe if we do them individually, I'm thinking at least each individual edition will sell uh, maybe maybe 80 to 100,000 copies each, maybe. That's my kind of guesstimate range, but I could be wrong.
But yeah, I mean with that, I know this one is a much shorter episode than the one that we did last week. But it is our it this is a mini episode, let's just call that, because
Mhm.
our anime ending episode is probably going to be a big episode, so please look forward to that. And with that, is there any other housekeeping things that you want to do or address before we sign off here?
Um not that I can actually think of. Just look forward to some more unboxings I'm going to be doing on our YouTube channel. I have two that I do need to put on there soon. And I also look forward to some more releases on our Instagram page as well, because I'm going to post some of my newest things that came in so you guys can kind of see what some of these CDs actually look like.
Yeah, thank you for doing that, by the way.
Oh, it's fun. I actually really like doing that and posting some of my collection. And I like to, so everyone gets to see kind of what we're listening to, although most of it's me. But I like to show what I'm listening to because I can go from really cutesy pop to R&B to this to that, and I just really enjoy it and depends on my mood, but I love posting all that stuff, so it's a lot of fun. I have fun doing Instagram.
But yeah, you can follow our Instagram and Twitter at ongaku to you. Please give us a follow. I think at this point our Instagram is much more successful than our Twitter.
Probably because I post on Instagram almost every day, while me and Twitter don't like each other because I forget Twitter exists.
What's funny is, like, if you look at, I guess, our demographic, so to speak, for our Twitter and our
Mm-hmm.
Instagram, this is a little bit behind the scenes here, but our Instagram is a lot of, it's a lot more Western focused, our followers.
Mm-hmm.
You can say that. While our Twitter is majority just all the indie bands that we we have followed.
That's true. And I feel like post more in English on Instagram, which, if you guys would like to see it, I will do English and Japanese. I don't mind doing both. So I can switch that up for some of you who'd like to see both. And I can also do that in unboxings. If you want to hear me do English and Japanese, I would be more than happy to. So I feel like more Western people follow like the media stuff because we have a lot of followers from Canada, Germany, a lot of European, along with U.S. And while a lot of Asia, I notice a lot of the accounts we follow a lot of artists in that because I love looking at the artist posts. A lot of people post food pics. So I'm thinking maybe I should start posting CDs with food, or maybe my cat with my CDs. People love cats.
People do love cats and dogs and all sorts of things. But yeah,
Yep.
just give us a follow on our Instagram and Twitter at ongaku2u. Follow us on our site, ongaku2u.com, which we've been a little bit more up posting now. Thank you to our other contributor
Yes.
there.
Thank you. We really appreciate it.
With that, and follow us on Twitch if you want to see a dead Twitch channel. But speaking of Twitch, you should follow our two affiliates, Kuryu Hunter. He is a Japanese Twitch streamer and our living mailbox and our good friend. You can follow him at twitch.tv/Kuryu Hunter, KYORYUHUNTER. And our other affiliate, Timbertaff, who is a Twitch streamer and a artist, singer in his own right. You can follow him at twitch.tv/Timbertaft, TIMBERTAFT. And you can listen to them on a other podcast that I do with them. It is called Podosaurus, which is a gaming centric podcast. We had a lot of fun this past week recording, so please look out for the next episode. You can also follow me personally on Twitter at OTYKen1, and you can follow Gray at Ongaku Gray. And we can follow Luna at
Oh yeah, what's my Twitter? Luna Maria 87. I don't go on Twitter that much, so you can follow me at Luna Maria 87 on Twitter, or you can follow my other Instagram account at Nerdy Collector Luna, and that shows all the movies and anime I watch. If you're interested in that type of thing too.
But yeah, with that, I want to thank you guys for listening to this week's episode of Ongaku to You. Look forward to the next couple of days because we'll be doing a double episode fairly soon. Look forward to that.
Yay!
Hooray! Look forward to that. And I want to thank you guys very much for listening and have a great day. This is Ken saying, signing off. Mahalos.
I hope everyone has a great day. This is Luna signing off. Ja mata ne!